with Noah the Home from May 28th. Of course, that is today, this Labor Day weekend, Saturday. We're going to start this video off. This is Noah the Home. You can find this on Noah's YouTube page linked in the comments. My name's Adam Lovell. I'm from WrestlingDoneRight.com, the Noah Network on YouTube as well. And we're going to kick this dojo show off with Yohei and Hal taking Alejandro and Kai Fujimura. Kai Fujimura in the black trunks there, to your right. Alejandro in the lucha outfit. They are brothers. That's some information people do not know. They are brothers. But legit brothers, not just brothers in wrestling, if you know what I'm saying. They are legitimate biological brothers. On the left is Hal in the trunks. And in the long tights is Yohei. Now, the experience advantage is with Yohei and Hal here, especially Yohei. But I have been impressed with the teaming of the brothers, with Kai Fujimura and Alejandro. They have been really good. So this should be a very interesting matchup. Now, they are all part of the Noah Junior regulars. They're all junior heavyweights. But here we got Hal and Kai Fujimura kicking things off with some basic ground wrestling, some takedowns, coverages, and reverses back to their feet. Kai Fujimura is very spirited. Hal has been reborn again, I mean legitimately in the ring. He's like a new person. After leaving Congo, a group he was a big part of, teaming with Niho, which is now, Niho lost that name in a match against Hal. Lost the match, had to give up his name, returned to his former name, Hiruki, which a lot of Westerners would probably pronounce High 69, but that's not correct. 6 and 9 represent Ru and Ki Hiruki. Here we got Hal and Kai Fujimura. Again, very good fundamentals. You will notice much of that. These guys are very fundamentally sound here in pro wrestling. Hal breaks that wrist lock, gets him in an armbar, takes him down. Hal back to his feet, though, still trapped in that armbar. Breaks it, reverses it, applies his own shoulder lock power move, gets back into the ropes, throw it across. Hal with the drop down and come up and leapfrog. Again, drop down. Drop kick. Very good drop kick from Kai Fujimura. There goes for the pin. Hooks the leg. Not enough to keep Hal down. I mean, that's just an attempt to wear your opponent out, make him kick out. Some stomps now from Fujimura. Back in his corner with the back tag. A little bit of a Jim Cornette fan here. I don't love the back tags. I think you should have to tag hands, but wrestling has evolved. But you're not going to have to worry about that much in Noah. Noah is very solid. Knee to the midsection. And a cravat. I've noticed a lot of guys using a cravat as of late. Hal reverses it. Gets the arm lock behind. Goes for the pin with it. Gets a big 2 count there. Again, locks up. Heads to his corner. Wants to tag in Yohei. Yohei does the arm tag. Comes into the ring. Gives Alejandro a chance to back up there. Kind of surprising. There's the lock up. Collar and elbow in the middle of the ring. These are the two most, well, I don't know. I'm not sure how much experience Hal has compared to Alejandro. I think it's pretty close. Yohei gains control but loses it here. Alejandro slips out. Yohei slips out. Alejandro slips out. Nobody getting a distinct advantage here, but Yohei with the chin lock. But Alejandro and Yohei's quickly out of it and has the arm locked up behind, but Alejandro's out of that. Double leg takedown. We're going to go for a modified STF style move here. But no, Alejandro lets the leg go and just settles for a side headlock. Must not have had those legs very good. That's the only thing I can imagine why he would do that. Cranks away at that headlock. Yohei's getting up though. Breaks it. Spins out. Arm drag for his trouble. Arm drag back from Yohei. Yohei now has control of the right arm of Alejandro. Locks it in. The elbow lock there. Applying pressure. Trying to hyperextend that elbow. Make Alejandro give in. But no, lets him up. Snapmare. Goes behind. Another sleeper. Yeah, it's a sleeper hold. He's got his Now, we talked about this yesterday, if you watched my commentary. Different versions of sleepers there, and Yohei was using pressure on the side of the head instead of the pressure on the back of the head. Yohei snaps him over. Alejandro trying to get out of it using his legs. Doesn't work. Yohei fights that off. Continues to crank away on that neck. Alejandro not in a great position here. I don't think... No, yeah, he rolls him up. Alejandro gets the roll up. Takes advantage of the headlock. Gets Yohei's shoulders down. Yohei has to break that hold to avoid being pinned. Smart move from Alejandro there. Now they're back into the center of the ring. Yohei's realizing, hey, I got to take this kid a little more seriously, I believe. Locked fingers. Alejandro rolls and gets an advantage and has Yohei back in that shoulder block, that shoulder bar kind of move there. Arm bar, shoulder bar. Yohei steps through the legs and does a leg pick. Turns it over, sort of a modified cloverleaf, kind of a modified spinning toe hold. But Alejandro kicks him down and has one of his own. Yohei reverses, and there he's trying to get that Indian deathlock, but just can't do it. Alejandro gets to the ropes. Yohei breaks without a problem back to the center of the ring. I believe that's what, our 5-minute warning there from the outside official. Again, this is in the Noah Dojo. There's no crowds. There's no commentator besides yours truly, Adam Morrell. Yohei with a big scoop slam there. Tells Hal it's time for him to come in, but they're going to try to do a double team maneuver here. Referee's telling them they have to get out of the ring, also admonishing Kai Fujimura not to come in. Double elbow to the sternum from Hal, and Yohei, Hal goes for the cover. Notice how he's gripping his arm. He didn't just hook the leg, he gripped his arm to try to make that hold, that pinfall stronger. Still not enough. Backs Alejandro into the ropes. Big arm drag, almost a Ricky Steamboat style arm drag. I'm not going to put it up in that category, but it was similar. You could see shades of the dragon there. That's what they should call that. You know, I think I just came up with something. Why don't we call arm drags like Ricky Steamboat used to give shades of the dragon? Shades of the dragon arm drag. I like it. That's what I'm going to start to do. You don't see it that often to worry about it because nobody's that good at arm drags, but that was pretty nice. There's another cravat from Yohei. Again, I'm seeing that a lot in Pro Wrestling Noah from these juniors especially. Clearly, they trained together in the dojo. Clearly, they've studied that maneuver. Instead of simple headlocks, we're seeing cravats now. Alejandro with a big, not as high as he can get, but a big drop kick to knock Yohei down and go for the tag of his brother. And that is Kai Fujimura coming in, picking Yohei up off the canvas immediately, throwing him across the ropes. A big elbow to the sternum. Bounds into the ropes, comes across. Oh, big senton onto the stomach of Yohei, goes for the pin. Hal almost looks like he thinks he might have to save his partner here. Not so much that he came the whole way into the ring, though. Big stomp between the shoulder blades there. Now he's going to follow that up with a headlock. That's like a cross-face headlock. See how that wrist goes across Yohei's nose, not under his chin? Really, that hurts like hell. When you start smashing somebody's nose like that, that just doesn't feel good. I'm kind of surprised Kai Fujimura doesn't have his knee up into the center of the back. That might apply more pressure. Instead, it allows Yohei to get to that bottom rope and break the hold. Kai Fujimura tags his brother Alejandro in. Alejandro, also a former member of Congo, where he was known as Aleja, wore a similar outfit, but it was red, of course, the Congo red kind. But he broke free and has been wrestling pretty spirited ever since, too. Big dropkick to the head of Yohei. Follows it up, laying across both legs. Oh, that was very close. 2 3/4 there. That was a brutal dropkick in a great cover, taking both of his legs with his entire body weight. It's much harder to kick out of, folks. If you not just somebody's arm pulling your leg, you got your whole body weight. Yohei tossed into the far corner. Comes out with an elbow to stop Alejandro. Alejandro with a boot to the sternum. I don't think that caught all of Yohei. Yohei with a big arm drag there. Can't call that a Shades of the Dragon, but that was very big and tall arm drag. Hal now in, coming across the ropes, elbowing Alejandro. Picking him up, throwing him into the ropes. Alejandro reverses. But Hal still comes off with a huge forearm under the chin of Alejandro. Alejandro now into the ropes. Hal with a big arm drag, similar to the kind that Yohei just gave him, a drop kick between the shoulder blades and the cover hooking. There he is, grabbing that arm again. It'd probably be better if he clasped his fingers, but he is grabbing that arm with that leg hook to make the hook stronger. It just makes sense. Imagine wrestling having psychology, ladies and gentlemen, pro wrestling, you know. Alejandro is holding onto the ropes, not going to be tossed across here. Hal takes advantage, just kicks him in the midsection and gets to go. Alejandro stops it, trips him up. bounds into the ropes, comes across, misses that kick. Hal grabs him. This time he again grabs that arm. I'm noticing that is Hal's style of leg hook. Hal across the ring. No, leapfrogs, spins, lets go, gets drop kicked in the face for his efforts. Can do those quick moves, folks, but you better hit them right or you're going to be the one paying for them, as you saw there with Hal. Looked really good in that transition, but didn't hold on to it and got drop kicked in the face for his efforts. Alejandro now, forearming Hal in the center of the back, getting reversed. Alejandro into the corner. Hal charging in. Alejandro moves. Alejandro in. Hal moves. Hal coming in. It'll be a monkey flip. Yes, monkey flip from Hal to Alejandro. Now, to his credit, Alejandro did take much of that with his feet. I think he probably wanted to land on his feet there. Couldn't quite pull it off, but it did absorb some of the punishment. Yohei now in, picking up Alejandro. Hooking him for what looks like a suplex, brainbuster. Alejandro floats out of it, gets elbowed in the chin. Yohei misses the clothesline. Alejandro with the death drop. Center of the ring, Yohei's down. Looks worse for wear here, but Alejandro cannot go for the pin. He's worn out. Tags in his brother, Kai Fujimura. Kai's in, throws Yohei into the opposite corner, follows up, big elbow. Flying forearm. Yohei reverses the toss out of the corner. Kai's into the corner. Gets the big boot up on the second rope. Missile drop kick from the second rope to Yohei from Kai Fujimura, who goes for the cover. Almost a 3 count, not quite. Yohei's going to be the hardest guy to pin in this match, folks. No matter how much damage you do to him, he's tough. He's been around a while. Attempted scoop slam. Yohei out of it. Boot to the midsection. Kai Fujimura up with a huge drop kick. Didn't quite get to the face, though. Got to the upper shoulder area. Kai signaling for his brother Alejandro to come in. They've got something planned. Alejandro elbows Hal off the ring apron. Yohei's into the opposite corner. Followed up with Alejandro tossing his brother into him, and Alejandro coming in with his elbow of his own. Kai Fujimura to the top rope. Alejandro holding Yohei, so his brother can come off with that missile drop kick and go for the cover. Very close. Now, these guys have almost pinned Yohei several times. But Yohei's smart, you know. He's not going to kick out super aggressively because that's more tiresome. He will kick out, as you've seen, but he will reserve. He will hold some in his tank. Here's Kai Fujimura with an attempted suplex, which Yohei gets out of, ducks under. Just drops Alejandro backwards, hard. But look at Yohei. He is still suffering from the damage the two brothers have done to him. Fujimura and Alejandro have really battled hard against the veteran player in this game. Yohei twists around. No. Gets dropped in reverse. Kai Fujimura with the pinfall attempt. He only gets a 2 count. Hal was almost ready to come in there. Just a quick roll up here from Kai Fujimura. Can he get this pin out of nowhere? No, only a 2 count. Big kick to the midsection from Yohei. Throws Kai Fujimura, sorry folks. He landed on his head there. That was about the closest count we got, but Fujimura came down on his head with that roll-up out of the corner. I don't know if you saw that. Look, you could tell by looking at him, he's worse for wear for that move as much as Yohei is because he did not hit it right. Yohei roll up himself, gets a 2 count, gets the 3 count. Again, like I said, laying across the legs, not just hooking them. Kai Fujimura is surprised, but folks, what led to that was Fujimura doing that monkey flip out of the corner and landing on his head. That made him disoriented and allowed Yohei to get the win. Yohei and Hal defeat the brothers Alejandro and Kai Fujimura in a great opening tag team matchup. They are your winners. Hal on the left, Yohei on the right. Disappointed biological brothers there in the right corner, Alejandro and Kai Fujimura. Next up, we got Shuhei Taniguchi and Kinya Okada taking on Atsushi Kotogi and Yoshiki Inamura. In the black, the far left, are your team that really looks good together. We're talking about Taniguchi and Okada. Sorry, folks, I'm still winding down from that first match. They transition really quick on these shows. And Kotogi and Inamura on the right. Taniguchi with the short boots on the left. Okada with the long boots and knee pads on the left. On the right, in the black singlet, is Yoshiki Inamura, one of the strongest men in Noah, and Atsushi Kotogi in the pink hair. interesting matchup. I think a man like Shuhei Taniguchi is good for Kinya Okada. I think he can learn from him. I know he can. And here we got the two guys that came into the Noah dojo together just a few, I think 2 years ago roughly. Kinya Okada taking on the much bigger, much stronger Inamura. But that is not taking anything away from the strength of Kinya Okada. He's very strong. It's just nobody in Noah, or very few, have the power that Yoshiki Inamura does. And you'll see that demonstrated here for sure. There, Okada's got the arm bent back behind Inamura's back. Inamura just grabs Okada's head, yanks it up, and turns it into a side headlock. Just escape that move using his pure strength. That's just what he does. He's too strong to hold on to for very long and much of anything. Big snapmare, chin lock. Oh, Okada twisted out of that and has the armbar advantage on Inamura again. Inamura rising back up, resisting any type of submission, really. There goes. So again, reaching back around, using his pure strength to pull Kinya Okada off of him. You got me in this armbar. I'm just going to grab your head and yank until I put you where I want you. That's the strength we're talking about from Inamura. He just moves guys. I want you here. You're going there. Look at that. Just going to throw you right over. Kinya Okada has some huge legs there. They're like tree trunks. They're like oak trees. So this is smart on his part, getting Inamura in that gigantic but yet short neck. So it'll be a little harder to hold a guy that doesn't have much of a neck. Look at this. Inamura's going to go. He's going to put his left knee on the feet, fall over. Oh my goodness. That is huge from Okada to bridge out. Now he's going to go for a gut wrench. Not against Inamura. Okada, like I said, he is strong, but that's asking for a lot. Now going for an octopus type of stretch. But Inamura's, look at him. He had his left arm on his right elbow. Now he's clasping his fingers to keep this from happening, and at the same time wrenching on Okada's arm. He's defending and performing an offensive move at the same time. Okada gets him in the stretch, but I don't think he has all of it. But look, like I said, Inamura is going to put you where he wants you, and he puts Okada down on the mat. Just throws him, just says enough of this nonsense, tosses him down hard. Giant elbow, takes Okada to his knees. Inamura has him in a headlock. Okada's pushing him into his corner. Smart move, gets the back tag from Taniguchi. Taniguchi, the former King Tani of Funky Express, deciding to go more serious, deciding to go completely serious here. Back to his young guy look, you know, with the black boots and black trunks, pretty simple looking. He's also strong. I don't think he's as strong as Inamura, but I think he's very strong. You know, Inamura's going to have a much harder time moving him around. You get some fundamental wrestling here. They're down on the mat. Look at Taniguchi putting his knee on the midsection just to keep Inamura down. Very smart. Inamura does toss Taniguchi over, but Taniguchi maintaining side control to some level. Instead of going for a mount, Taniguchi uses that knee just to keep Inamura down. Stay down there. Inamura does want to get back to his feet. Taniguchi is with a go behind. See how strong this lock is, if Inamura can break it or not. He's just basically pushing on those hands. Taniguchi not wanting to give it up, but they are broken. He's broken them apart. Like I said, I think he is still stronger than Taniguchi, and I think we just saw that there. Twists the arm up behind Taniguchi's back. Grabs the side of his face and pulls him into a headlock, just like I said earlier, guys. This is what this guy does. Inamura is just pure strength. Now wrenching on that headlock. Taniguchi fighting it, using both hands to try to break that grasp of Inamura. Successfully extending the arms. But that's still painful. He still got him at the side of the head and on the ear there. There, guys, there's strength. Taniguchi fought out of it. He gets a headlock of his own. He's going to try to make Inamura pay. If you want to play this game, buddy, I'll play it. We'll see who's the best at this type of thing. It's a gamble, but he throws off Taniguchi. Big shoulder block, and it is Inamura who's on his back. Taniguchi coming out in that strength contest, kicks Inamura, goes to pick him up, isn't doing it. Inamura, see how he has his hands locked behind? He had his hands locked behind Taniguchi's back, blocking that. Instead, he picks Taniguchi up and slams him down hard. So again, this is a battle of strength. I would say so far Inamura's winning it, but Taniguchi has come out on top on like 2 of these strength battles. And tagging in is Atsushi Kotogi. Much smaller here than Taniguchi. Nowhere near as strong, but look, this is a multi-time junior heavyweight champion, a multi-time junior tag team champion, and at one point, Katogi, in the pink hair and the white trunks, the white shorts, had been in the heavyweight division. He did spend a number of years in that division. Leapfrog there. See, here's what the juniors do. They're going to work on the wheels. They're going to work on the legs. He drop kicked the shins of Taniguchi, then came in with the forearm. Staggered him down below, then came up with a high shot. Now he's got his arm, but he backs him into the corner and takes a tag from Kinya Okada. So we're going to see Kinya Okada versus Atsushi Katogi here. This is a more even matchup, to tell you the truth. Although I'd say Okada is stronger. But again, Katogi is not the most. Him and Taniguchi probably have about the same amount of experience or close to it. But Katogi's very experienced in main events, very experienced in title matches, one of the best junior heavyweights in the world. Kinya Okada is still considered a young boy. I like saying young guy. Young boy just sounds silly to me. Now, that's no disrespect to the culture, but plus young boy is pretty much what New Japan call their guys. I just like to call the Noah guys, the new guys, the rookies. I like calling them young guys. Oh, almost to the throat there from Katogi. Big kick coming in. Katogi going into the ropes. But that gave Okada a second to recover, and he does. And gives a big backbreaker to Katogi. Has him laying, drops an elbow across the same position where he hit him before. Another elbow, 2 in a row. 1 for 3. Very big, solid elbow drops, but he's not hooking the leg. Look, Kinya Okada's a great wrestler. He's going to be a star one day. He's still building. He has pinned Nosawa of Power Stone Molde Japón twice. I'm sure Nosawa does not like hearing that from me or anything, but it's the truth. Here's Taniguchi back in. Katogi battling back with forearms to the face, and they have little to no effect on the monster Shuhei Taniguchi, who just takes Katogi down with the arm wringer, pretty much. Backs him into the rope, shoots him across. Big hip toss. Goes for the cover. About 2.5 there. I think Katogi's ready for a tag. I mean, he's not out on his feet. He's not ready to be pinned necessarily, but I think it's time for the fresh guy on his side to come in. Floats over. Katogi with the lock. Now, he's not going to hold on to that, obviously. He doesn't, and there's Taniguchi gets it back. Katogi's fighting and headbutt just to break that. Followed by forearm shots, which did nothing to Taniguchi the last time. Staggers him a little here, but he comes back with the giant axe handle, and Katogi is down. Katogi cannot fight this man in power moves. It's not smart, but here he goes again with another headbutt. Second headbutt. Third headbutt. This is not common. I don't see a lot of headbutts from Katogi, but he's desperate. And now, it affected Taniguchi, but look at that. Katogi's down hard on his back after that big shoulder tackle. I think it's a mistake for Taniguchi to not go for the cover there. Taniguchi probably just wanting to punish Katogi some more for those headbutts. He probably is angry about those. And that gives Katogi a chance to stay in it. Katogi with the kick out of the corner, the duck misses the clothesline, comes in with a big boot, takes Shuhei Taniguchi down, but Katogi is also spent. Both men down in the center of the ring. Katogi, I said a moment or two ago, needed a tag. He gets it here. Here comes the much bigger and stronger Inamura. Very fresh. Now, he's in there against the strongest member of the opposing team, Shuhei Taniguchi. To look at him just throw him around because he's so much more fresh, but Taniguchi's not going to be pinned just yet. Big body splash drop on Taniguchi with another cover, gets a 2 count. Inamura's getting a little frustrated, but he has to understand that Shuhei Taniguchi is just not somebody you're going to pin without any problem. He gets out of that slam there. Inamura elbows him to the face, knocks him, staggers him into the corner. Inamura charges in and misses. Shuhei Taniguchi picks him up with a big scoop slam, throws him down. He's down to a knee. He's going to tag in Kinya Okada here. Here we go with the two guys who started the dojo together just not that long ago. Both climbing the ranks of Pro Wrestling Noah. Oh, knee to the midsection. Flips Inamura over. What is with Kinya Okada not hooking a leg? Is it arrogance? Does he need more teaching? That's a couple times I've seen that from him. Now there's those kicks. This is Okada's #1 weapon. number one weapon are those unbelievable kicks to the midsection of his opponents. Now it's allowing him to toss Inamura around, running knee, lift up knee to the chin, step up knee, throws Inamura down. This time hooks the leg as if he's hurt me. Not enough. He didn't clasp his hands. He gripped the leg there, but he did not clasp his hands. You're going to pin a guy or attempt to pin a guy like Inamura. It's going to take everything you've got to hold him down. That's just common sense. Picks Inamura up, hooks him for what looks like a suplex. I don't know if he'll be able to hit down, and now it's just instantly reversed and hit by Inamura. Inamura not hooking the leg here. Did try to hold the right arm down, thus the shoulder down. That wasn't enough. Kinya Okada's tough as hell. Not as strong as Yoshiki Inamura, but very strong. Hook those legs, gentlemen. Do it a lot. You need to do it every time. Inamura picking Kinya Okada up. It looked like it was going to be like a fall slam, but instead Inamura wiggles, reverses, rolls up Inamura that can't hold it. 2 count. Oh, big kick from Okada in the midsection. Here come those kicks. I tell those oak trees. Look at the size of those legs on Kinya Okada. Boom. He will just knock almost anyone down with those, including a guy the size of Inamura. But couldn't get the pin. Smaller guy might have been done for there, but here he's measuring for another kick. Here it comes. Oh, kick to the back of the head. Back of the neck, but that didn't do enough. Inamura is up and hits the big backdrop. Kotogi's in. I don't think he was tagged. He gets the double axe handle on Taniguchi. What do Kotogi and Inamura have in store here for Kinya Okada? Backs him into the corner, throws him across. Kotogi's going to whip Inamura into Okada. You saw the ring move there. Here comes Kotogi. Throwing him into Inamura, who scoops him up. Slams him down hard. Kotogi's on the top rope. Hits a big flying body splash, followed by another body splash from the ground. Oh, Taniguchi just pushes his way through Kotogi to break that up. That most likely would have been it, folks, but Taniguchi managed to rescue his partner there, even though Kotogi was standing guard. Now we've got Inamura measuring Kinya Okada, waiting for him to get up. Bounces into the ropes, comes across, comes the net cross, comes across. Bam! Giant shoulder tackle. Has both legs. He's got his entire body weight on him. That is enough. Big win for Yoshiki Inamura there. This time, Kotogi was outside the ring, grasping, holding on to Taniguchi to keep him from coming in to save his partner, and he succeeded. So I like to call guys like Inamura Bull of the Woods, honoring the great Dusty Rhodes, if you will. And there you go. Kotogi and Inamura are your winner in a solid tag team matchup. I believe Inamura's on his way. I believe you'll see him at the top soon. Next up is our main event. It is Junta Miyawaki's last dojo match against Daisuke Harada before he goes off to excursion in Mexico. This is a big deal. Junta Miyawaki, the most passionate wrestler in Noah. I really believe that. Where's his heart, his emotions, and not just his heart, everything on his sleeve. You will know how he's feeling at all times. Daisuke Harada there in the blue, on the left, is a 5-time GHC Junior Heavyweight Champion. I call him the ace of the junior division. I believe that is true. Hayata currently is claiming he wants to be that. He's the current champion. But at the moment, until Hayata succeeds in that, and I think it's going to take several more defenses and some more interviews and such, Daisuke Harada is the man in the junior division, title or no title. Junta Miyawaki has been known to hang out with some of the toughest guys in the Noah roster, drinking with them, celebrating with them in their victories. And I'm curious to see him when he returns from excursion to see just how good he is. There we got a takedown from Daisuke Harada. Junta Miyawaki quickly out of it, but Daisuke reverses that, gets the advantage. These guys are just going to reverse back and forth. Did you see that? That was a slick move. Harada avoiding the leg scissors to stay on top. Now rocking back and forth here. Junta Miyawaki trying to take advantage of the headlock, break the headlock, or get pinned is what he's trying to do here. And that's what had to happen there. And both guys on their knees just studying each other here. Look for Junta Miyawaki to have a great match here. Like I said, this is his last match. Now, not in Noah. He has a match coming up on May 30th. But this will be his last dojo match, his last time spent in the Noah dojo before leaving for Mexico. Ultimo Dragon's running a company or helping to run a company there where he's taking Dragon Gate, Noah, other Japanese stars in their excursion. So that should be interesting. Of course, you're going to learn from Ultimo Dragon. Junta Miyawaki down here. Harada dropping elbows on the knee joint. But Miyawaki sort of catches that there and applies his own armbar. Harada just yanking the chin of Miyawaki until he goes down. Got some wrist control there from Harada, Daisuke Harada. Where it just took Miyawaki down. But Miyawaki's fighting, trying to fight out of it. Not wrist. But Harada's just taking those shots. I mean, Harada is tough as hell. I saw him defend the GHC junior title against Super Crazy in a match where he was just outsized and didn't have the strength, and he won it. He beat Super Crazy in a pretty solid matchup. Miyawaki reverses that move, but they're in the ropes, so he's going to have to break it. They're on their feet, trying to jockey for position here. Who's going to get the controlling spot? Harada takes the back. Junta Miyawaki, though, working those arms, trying to get out of that hold. And he does. He does. He's out of the hold. It's the arm wringer. Harada rolls out of that. Just braces, basically kicks Miyawaki in the thigh. Comes out on top with the wrist control, transitions into a headlock. Miyawaki now shots in the midsection, throwing Harada across the ring. Harada out with the shoulder block. I think Harada let that go on purpose so he could gain an advantage there. Leap over by Harada, who stops instead of bouncing to the next rope. Takes the head control, flips him over, and has an arm bar. Smart move by Harada. He did not do what Miyawaki expected him to do there. Again, Harada over, goes for the... Nope. Just flips him across there. Big drop kick from Miyawaki. Looked real good. He was surprised there when Harada stopped that arm drag, but came out of it on top anyway. Big elbow to the back of Harada's arm. Another one. Takes Daisuke Harada down and does that little button move there to his arm joint, to his shoulder joint. Continues to work on Harada's left shoulder. That is his point of interest here. He's going to try to hit a submission move. Again, there's the big arm drag. Comes down, has that arm locked, using his leg to wrench down on his arm, trying to make his wrist touch his shoulder joint, which is possible, of course. But if you really apply pressure like a vice, that can make someone tap out. Harada rolls out and now has an Indian deathlock, rolls into a headlock, but Miyawaki out of it now has Harada's arm twisted up behind him, hitting knee strikes into that joint. Again, clearly focused on the left shoulder of Daisuke Harada here, trying to work that over. That seems to be his plan. If he can work that left shoulder down, maybe get a submission. Oh, Harada reaches up, doesn't maintain control, pulls him over, but doesn't maintain control. Instead, gives control back to Miyawaki to some degree. Look at this. Both of these guys fighting for dominance this entire match, doing some things I've not seen before. Not necessarily holds and maneuvers, but the reversals are just unparalleled here. I mean, they're really two guys trying to get control of the other on the ground, rolling through things, slipping out of things, not quite getting the holds they want, but modifying them into something else, just anything that allows them to keep a hold of the other one. Now Harada back up and elbows Miyawaki down, throws him into the ropes, comes across, big elbow to the throat region. Daisuke Harada reversed here, Junta Miyawaki in, but no, gets hammered in the chest and covered. I don't know if you noticed that there. Miyawaki was shaking his left arm. Look at him. He's definitely feeling the effects of those attacks. Gets the chokehold, the leg scissor chokehold. What do you call that, guys? He's got those legs, figure four type, crossed the throat of Junta Miyawaki. Just his one leg, his left leg, pulling his right leg into Junta Miyawaki's throat. Ref checking on it. Miyawaki kicking his legs furiously, trying to get to the ropes, but that takes more air out of him. He has succeeded. He's in the ropes, but that had to have worn him down. Just an attempt to get to the ropes like this, like that, it had to be exhausting. I mean, when your windpipe's being cut off by somebody's legs, look at him. Miyawaki showing you the effects of that. Finally able to breathe fully here, but he gets hammered by Daisuke Harada. Fights back here with a chop. Daisuke saying that's no big deal. Do it again, slapping him in the face. Big forearm shiver. Another chop. That's not going to knock. That's not going to do anything to Harada. He's been chopped by bigger and better men, and that's no insult to Junta Miyawaki. It's just a fact. You're not going to chop Daisuke Harada down. That's what he's telling him. Do you think they're going to have any effect on me, boy? Do you think this is going to do anything? There's how you do it, son. There's how you do it. I'll slap you down with one shot. You've hit me with 10. Chin lock with the knee in between the shoulder blades from Daisuke Harada. Junta Miyawaki already had his windpipe cut off for a minute or two as he fought to get to the ropes. Now his windpipe is clear here, but you went yank back like that. Now he's going to roll him up. Daisuke Harada going for the pinfall. 2 count. Maintains control. Now he has him in. Is that a crossface? I can't see the front side of it, folks. He's either got him in another serious chin lock where he's really wrenching on it, or he might have his arm across Junta Miyawaki's nose here, turning his head sideways. Miyawaki doing the same maneuver, kicking his legs, trying to get the ropes. You see the other Noah Junior regulars outside the ring. You got Yohei there in the blonde hair. You got Alejandro in the mask. You got Atsushi Kotogi in the pink hair. I cannot see who. The other gentleman's probably Hal or a cameraman. Now look at this. We got Daisuke Harada leaning in. He's got his left arm draped across the back of the neck of Junta Miyawaki, and he's leaning forward. Junta Miyawaki fights to the ropes. Now, look, somebody getting to the ropes is a good thing, but again, the fight that it takes to get to the ropes, and Hal is outside the ring there beside the cameraman. The fight that it takes to get to the ropes is just takes a lot out of it. I mean, you didn't submit, you didn't get pinned, but look. Junta Miyawaki is exhausted from the work he's had to do to get to the ropes to break some of these holds. Daisuke Harada now, it's probably just took the wind out of him there, stomped onto his stomach. Now he's just standing there. Harada's being a little arrogant here. He is the leader of the Noah Junior regulars, and that's all these guys that are out here. They train together, they work together. I'm sure they live together for periods of the time during the year. But this is an honor. This is an honor for Junta Miyawaki's last dojo match to be against the ace of the division, Daisuke Harada. The referee telling Harada to let Miyawaki out of the corner. Instead, he knocks him down again with one chop, trying to put Miyawaki in his place. He tried to battle him with chops, and Harada was insulted by it. Miyawaki gets a foot up there, gets 2 feet up on that one. Now he's on the second rope, coming off the big missile drop kick. Daisuke Harada is down. You can see the Noah Junior regulars pretty much cheering on Miyawaki. 1, because it is his last dojo match, and 2, because a win would be incredible, but just being able to have this kind of style of match against Daisuke Harada is a gigantic win for Junta Miyawaki, no matter who gets the pinfall or submission here. Junta Miyawaki looking great in this matchup, giving it his all. Comes back across with a flying elbow. Big drop kick, standing drop kick to Daisuke Harada, who is down in the corner. Junta Miyawaki goes to the back, being encouraged by his brother in the Noah Junior regulars. Comes across the flying drop kick to the chin. Daisuke Harada tried to block that. He got a little bit of a block up, but I don't think it was much. Still felt pretty much 90% of that. Junta Miyawaki holding and gripping his back. Agony on his face, but he's climbing to the top rope. He wants to do something big here. Daisuke Harada is to his feet. Junta Miyawaki off. Look, Daisuke Harada opened himself up and took that full on the chin and sternum. Miyawaki not hooking the leg. And look. Daisuke Harada used both legs, rocked them up and back hard to get out of that. Mistake on Miyawaki's part, not hooking those legs. He's got Daisuke Harada hooked. Looks like a fisherman suplex. Gets him up and he gets it. Fisherman suplex. Down goes Harada. Again, no leg hook. And again, Harada uses both legs to kick hard out of that. I tell you what, Miyawaki going on excursion better learn how to hook the legs. Miyawaki to his feet first, has control of Harada, hooks him again. Harada spins out of it. Big elbow to the side of Miyawaki's head. Misses the second one, but nails a hard gut shot, forearm shot to the gut of Miyawaki, who doubles him over and takes him to his knees. Miyawaki rises up out of that, nails numerous forearms to the side of Harada's head. But again, Harada with that gut shot, just knocking the life out of Junta Miyawaki, who's down on the mat, trying to recover. Harada is not running in, not going in and going for the pin here. Harada is stopping this guy. Harada's taking his time. It could be a mistake. It could lead to his downfall here. Harada, extremely confident, though, coming in with a huge running forearm of his own. Has Miyawaki out, throws him across the ropes. Big back body drop from Daisuke Harada. Now goes to the cover, not hooking the leg, barely even putting any weight. And Miyawaki just raises his left shoulder, raises his left shoulder for a second time. Third time, he can't keep that left shoulder down. Harada keeps trying. Why he won't hook a leg, I don't know. Not going to teach your young. There he goes, hooks the leg. Oh, man, I thought for sure that was 3. I thought for sure that was 3 when he hooked that leg. Now he's got both legs. He's going to pin him over into a Boston Crab, it looks like. It looks like that's what Harada's going for here. Junta Miyawaki doing all he can to fight it. Instead, Harada kneels down and almost gets a pin, and in his attempt to kick out, that allows Harada to roll it over into a Boston Crab. Brilliant. Brilliant. Harada squatted down there, meaning Junta Miyawaki had to try to kick out of it, to use his legs to get out of that move, and that momentum allowed Harada to roll him into this Boston Crab. Now, again, here is Junta Miyawaki having to fight with all his might to get to the ropes. Now he's higher up on the back. Oh, kneeling down. This is the worst Boston Crab in the world. He's not giving up yet. The referee says he is not submitting. He is going to get to the ropes. I believe he is. He does. But again, folks, this is exhausting Junta Miyawaki. All the credit in the world to the kid for breaking these holds time and again in this matchup. But his efforts to break them are playing him out. There's no doubt. He gets a roll-up here. Junta Miyawaki with a roll-up out of nowhere gets a 2 count. Harada misses the clothesline. Junta Miyawaki with a low drop kick. Can't even hit him around the stomach because his back is hurting him. He's exhausted. His head is hooked. He's off. Oh, tried the tornado DDT. Did not hit it. Daisuke Harada off. Gets arm drag. And Miyawaki goes for the arm extension. Doesn't get it. These guys are going back and forth. Miyawaki has Harada down again. No. Harada kicks out of that. Listen to Miyawaki. Like I told you, he's so passionate. You can hear him all the time in his matches. Was that the tornado DDT? I looked away as I took a small drink of water there. But it looked like a weak one. It looked like he got something off the second rope there. Not enough, although Harada is holding and grasping his neck. That did hurt Harada. That probably was one of the better moves in this at this late point in the match from Miyawaki. It wasn't enough to get the pin. He's going to go for something else here. Has his head hooked. He's going to go for another suplex, another fisherman maybe. I don't know. Let's take a look at this. No, straight up suplex. Now Harada's out of it. Boot to the midsection. Big forearm shiver. Takes Miyawaki down again. Harada has clearly learned that Miyawaki's weak point just might be that midsection. 1, 2. Almost. You can see the life draining from Miyawaki's body, but his spirit is still alive, just barely kicking out of that. Harada against the bar ropes, a running forearm to the chin. That time, Miyawaki didn't even go down. Again, oh no, he stumbles to one knee, but it's right back up. Miyawaki just giving everything he has. Oh, that one took him out. 3 in a row, forearms to the face, to the jaw. Oh, man, I thought that was it. 3 running forearms to the face. 2, he maintained his balance. The third one, he went down like a sack of rocks, but still got out somehow before 3. He wants to go into Mexico looking as strong as he can. He doesn't want to go in there looking like he was dominated in this match, and he has not been dominated in this match. He has looked very solid. Honestly, though, Daisuke Harada, I feel, look, what's he doing now? Daisuke Harada could have won this match on 3 or 4 occasions, but instead he just stands there waiting on his opponent. The weak shots from Miyawaki, not terrible, but you could tell they're nothing like they were at the beginning of the match. His legs are rubber, and 1 forearm shot to the face drops him. Harada knows it. Harada knows Miyawaki is spent. Hooks him, big bridging suplex. Does the job. That's it. I mean, it was clear Junta Miyawaki was done. Daisuke Harada could take him out any way he could. He went with the belly-to-back bridging suplex. Gets the win in a terrific matchup where Junta Miyawaki lying prone in the center of the ring with his friends around him. Daisuke Harada telling the other Noah Junior regulars to back up, giving him some space to breathe. Let him get up on his own. Let's not pick him up. Let's let him get up under his own will, under his own power. Encouraging him to do that. Come on. Come on, Junta Miyawaki. Rise up. You lost a terrific matchup. You are going to go into Mexico looking better than ever. Look at them. They're just encouraging. Stand up in your own power. We're not going to pick you up. You can do it. Stand up, brother. He's to his feet. We got, from the left to the right, we got Hal, Alejandro, Daisuke Harada, Atsushi Kotogi, Yohei, and in the orange and white, having just lost a terrific matchup, Junta Miyawaki. The Noah Junior regulars, folks. 6 of the best junior heavyweights in the world right there, celebrating and raising the arms of Junta Miyawaki, who is getting prepared to head to Mexico for an excursion, working with Ultimo Dragon. Now, after this match, they're going to cut away to the same gentlemen outside celebrating and encouraging. Here we are. Here they are outside the dojo, just wanting to celebrate and send off Junta Miyawaki in a big way. I'm unable to interpret what they're saying here. I'm sure it's interesting. I'm sure it's good. Check out Haisami's Noah's Archive. You want to check that? That is always linked at WrestlingDoneRight.com. I don't know if she'll interpret this, maybe, but she does a lot of interpretations, backstage interviews and such. A place you can learn more and understand more about pro wrestling Noah. But that was your show this week. I'm not going to stay with this for the next minute or two because, again, I can't tell you what they're saying because they're clearly just celebrating their friend Junta Miyawaki. They're in the middle in the white and the orange, who will be off to Mexico after this weekend. I'm pretty sure he's in a match this Monday. I will be covering that on the next Mount Ararat podcast, the Noah Network YouTube page. But for now, I'm Adam Lavelle. This has been Noah the Home from May 28th, the second show of this weekend. And again, we got a show coming up on Monday. I did preview that on the latest Mount Ararat podcast. You can check that out on my WrestlingDoneRight.com. We'll link it to it, or just simply go and look for the Noah Network on YouTube. I have previewed their show coming up on the 30th, and I have reviewed the show they had on the 21st. And we talk about the Noah news. But that's it for right now. Great Noah the Home episode. You just saw such spirited matches from some of the best wrestlers in the world. Thanks for joining me, guys, and I will see you again real soon.